Alright, covered the flank. Activate the Roid Rage. Hit him in the cankle. And I think that was the entire video in one clip. So here's the thing. I might be kind of boring in the sense that I don't make outrageous claims about, here's tips and tricks that will instantly turn you into a pro or anything like that. I'm never going to BS you guys. I always come at it realistic, okay? And the bottom line is sometimes there are certain games where you just have to put in a lot of hours and a lot of time in order to get good at them. However, there are key features of being a good player that don't revolve around raw skill or, as I like to call it, cheating. If anybody beats me in a gunfight, they're cheating. But before I get into that, I must make a quick announcement from today's sponsor. And I actually don't have a sponsor. That's weird, but the point of me saying that is that you guys are the sponsors. You guys are the reason I make these types of videos. So thank you so much for your support. However, almost 90% of the people that actually watch my videos are unsubscribed. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you don't hate the shit out of me. And if you do end up liking the video, please drop a like. But let's go ahead and hop into it. Firstly, know when to move and when not to. This is very difficult to master, but could be the most important piece to fully grasp. The main idea is to keep your formation steady and strong at all times and to choose when to engage the enemy. How many times have you engaged in a fight out of habit or because you felt pressured by an opponent getting a little too close for comfort? For me, I have noticed that many gunfights I get into are not ones I voluntarily decided on, but are mostly times I get pushed or I pop out from cover out of habit. The key word here is habit, and it's exactly what will put you at the bottom rung of the ranked ladder, begging for the game to match you against a group of toddlers just so you can feel good about yourself. Habit makes you predictable. Habit makes your gameplay weak. Be unpredictable. Think about what you do most often and do something different. However, something different does not entail running out into the open or jumping off the side of a map or any play that seems like a good idea to a back alley crackhead. Play smart, but also be unpredictable. So let me back up from this minor side note to bring this full circle and inform you not to engage unless you want to. Don't force gunfights out of habit, pressure, or because your wife is bitching at you to get a real job. Take it as a learning opportunity. Practice your resilience and do not be pressured by enemy players. Only engage when you feel it is beneficial. And for the love of God, someone better not come out saying, so I am not supposed to attack someone when they are 5 feet from me and shooting me? That's stupid. Oh, nice, you got me there, Einstein. I expect some level of common sense to be employed here. If someone is about to kill you, either take cover or fight back. Being dead is the biggest disadvantage. Just don't get into unnecessary and risky gunfights. Secondly, what happens if you lose a gunfight? Very few people I've ever played with have genuinely considered the consequences if they don't come out on top in an altercation. I have seen too many people that possess an unrealistic idea of how good they are and are completely shocked when they don't wipe out the enemy right off the bat. You probably hear something like, "Oh, that's some bullshit, man. They couldn't know I was there." Oh yeah? It's really surprising you didn't beat those 3 dudes. What is that, 1 versus 3? Who knew you needed to be a fucking mathematician? Always consider, what happens if I lose this gunfight? Do I leave a flank unprotected? Do I put my team down a player with no hope for a revive? Of all the traps people fall into, not considering what could happen if they lose an engagement is probably the biggest one. Some of us have a natural tendency to act rashly and get killed before we realize that we have no backup and we're in a bad spot. However, that is not to say that flanking or taking enemies by surprise is bad. It's a great thing, but you have to have your coordination in place. Make sure your team is ready to capitalize on the proverbial ass beating you are about to lay down. Thirdly, know when it is the right time to die. Okay, so this might sound a little more morbid than I originally intended, and contrary to my previous point, but it makes sense. Know when it is worth it to make a trade. When is it appropriate to sacrifice yourself? Sometimes it can be extremely difficult to break through an enemy's formation. They have tight angles, a good phantom covering, or really good positioning, and you just can't get anything going. In these situations, that inflated ego I was talking about can actually come in handy. So figure out who that person is, saddle them up, and send that psycho fuck in. Send them in from the back or the side, preferably, if you're able to, and make as much noise as you can. I'm talking abilities, flashes, nades, whatever you have that can put pressure on your opponent. Make them turn their head towards your bipolar friend or panic, and you should be able to drop a few guys. If they don't lose their attention immediately, turn that crazy dial up to 11. I mean pants down, fists flying, nipple twisting, racial slur yelling out of your mind crazy. So I'm kinda joking here, but I'm also kinda not. Of course, stick to things that can actually be performed in-game, that leaves out nipple twisting, but go fucking mental. Have your psycho buddy throw everything at them and they will panic. Fourthly, revive, and revive. I'm not going to beat this one to death because I think it's pretty obvious, but reviving your teammates is of the utmost importance. Obviously, if you want to win more rounds, you have to try and get as many guns on your side as you can. Get your friends off the ground if you can, call them lazy as hell if it makes you feel better, and you will have more dubs. Otherwise, if you're prioritizing getting a sick play over picking up your teammates, well, what the hell is wrong with you? Fifthly, and probably most controversially, play every character. This point is a specific counter to much of the other advice I hear in regard to pro tips and other stupid shit like that. What do you mean pro tips? You're not a damn pro. But anyway, most people suggest mastering a single character so you can get a feel for them and the game in general. Okay, great, that'll help for all of 30 minutes. That is no long-term solution. Play every character and try to keep them all about the same mastery level. The reason for this is to fully understand how everyone operates, what gear they can have, and what they are capable of. If I only know one character, what the hell does that help with? Nothing. I am 90% of the time going to be fighting characters other than my own. It's important to know what everyone can do, and that knowledge is acquired through experience. Kinda like how the only way to know what it's like to get punched in the face is, well, to get punched in the face. I was trying to think of a punchline, but I couldn't think of anything, and now I'm making puns, and this is where the video needs to end. I don't think I've ruffled any feathers with this one, but with that being said, if you do have any problems with what I said, or, any hateful comments, or any comments of support, go ahead and drop them into the comment section down below. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys. And if you did like the video, remember to subscribe if you aren't already, and drop a like if you made it this far. But anyway, thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video.